Okay, we're recording. Yay! Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us to our Monday night team call. It is Monday, November 18th. And tonight, myself and Chris Ann are going to be leading you guys through an exercise that we just learned coming off of the Success Summit that we attended this past Saturday in Danbury, Connecticut, which I'll just say it was a phenomenal training. And so we are only kind of giving you like nugget this evening, but through a conversation that she and I were having, there were so many great takeaways that we learned from this training that we'd like to bring some more stuff to you. Not all tonight though, because we want to keep this concise to our 30-minute call. But we learned so many great tidbits from this training from a lot of great leaders in this industry, that it's really worthy of sharing. And it just reinforces the importance of getting to these events. Even myself being in this business for 5 years, I took pages and pages of notes and walked away with, new ideas, new ways of seeing things, like, and things that I couldn't wait back to, couldn't wait to come back and share with my team. And one of those things was this design your team kind of exercise and worksheet that was led by Cynthia Gompers at this training, who is a like 100 club. For anybody on the line who knows what a 100 club is, that's a significant business. She's been in the business for, do you remember, Chris Ann, how many years it was? I don't remember now, like 30?
I think that it was like 30.
30
And
something years.
what got me too is that she and I guess it was Cheryl Cortese that I'll speak about. Both of them are like Founders Award winners, which I guess are that they've been with the company maybe even before. If it's 30 years, it's even before it's Juice Plus, right?
It was the water filtration days.
Right.
1989 was when Cynthia Gompers started her business, and she is still an active building team member, distributor, whatever you want to call it. So, so there's a lot of wisdom to be shared from someone like that. And so this design your team, and I put it on the Facebook page in the Voxer chat. If you didn't catch that or weren't able to, I'm going to talk you through it right now, where to find this document that we're going to be speaking about. This is what it looks like. And it is a worksheet. And you can pull this off of missiondriven.info, the website missiondriven.info. The password is mission. And then if you go in there and you go under build and just scroll down, you'll see a little box that says design your team. And you can open it up as a PDF and just print it out. So the purpose of using this document is to really get yourself and get your thoughts organized around who it is that you want to be doing this business with. And the great thing about this business that we do is we really get to choose who we work with. So, it's not like corporate America where you apply for a job, you get stuck in a role, and it's like whoever else is there, that's who you're working with. We have this beautiful, privilege and freedom to choose the people that we work with. And as, Melissa's been sharing, and we're completely in a new growth mode right now. We've all been kind of relaunching our businesses and looking to partner up with people and grow our businesses and kind of all like restart, right? We've all been like restarting in a way. We thought this was a really great exercise because it fits very much in line with what we've been talking about for the last several months. So, okay, so I'm going to get into it. And, what do we do with a document like this? Well, I love that Cynthia Gomper shares that even in the stage of her business, this is something she does every month at the start of every month, that she prints off this design your team worksheet, and she keeps it in a binder and works off of it every month. And not only does she do it for herself, but she does it with all of her brand new team members as well, right? Because we always want to support our new team members to help them get new team members. And for those of you that are using our Power of Three document that Melissa had uploaded to our team page, right? We're going out there and doing things in threes. We're doing 3 events. We're going to get 3 customers every month. We're looking to partner up with 3 new team members every month. So this really fits really nicely hand in hand for us to get organized and kind of make all of that stuff happen, right? Set those intentions and make it happen. So, everybody I know everybody on this line, and certainly anybody listening to this recorder, has what we refer to as a memory jogger. And if you're brand new, maybe you've just started it, but it's a living, breathing document, a running list basically of people that you want to share either the Juice Plus products with, the Tower Garden with, both, or the business. So it's an ongoing, if you hear us refer to memory jogger, if you're brand new to this, it's that ongoing, living document, whether you do it electronically or you do it pen to paper, where you are keeping a list of people, family members, friends, neighbors, people you do business with, people you buy things from, people from your synagogue, people from your church, people from the school, the PTA, whatever it might be, social media contacts, right? You're always filling names on your memory jogger. And so we want to think about, though, again, going back to this designing your team, you get to choose, who do you want to do business with? Like, who do you love doing life with? Who do you really respect? Who do you really care about? Who do you have fun with? Who do you admire? Who do you want to spend more time with? These are all people that can go into your designing your team worksheet. And there are instructions on the worksheet on the side here that will kind of walk you through and jog your memory of the names to put down, right? But there's some things that I particularly really like about this exercise, and this is something that I myself want to be doing and want to certainly do with my new team members. And I'm going to encourage everybody on the team to get into the habit of this at the beginning of each month, is using this document. And Cynthia talks about sponsoring up. And I really want to make a point to mention this as well, because I think this is pretty valuable. Not necessarily going out after people that we think need this, but the people that we think might even push us and drive us to be better because of the success that they're already at their life. Sometimes those people might be the people we're most scared to talk about. You might hear us refer to like your chicken list. They're already super successful. They already seem to be financially well off. They're very well respected in their community. It could seem a little intimidating, but those are the kinds of people, like if they're already motivated, they're already driven, they're very, very successful, they've probably got some great skills and qualities that we want to be around anyway that will help us level up. And so she talks about sponsoring up, going after the 8s, 9s, and 10s. So with your design your team document, every month you kind of focus on 5 new people. And so with that, literally on this worksheet, you write down their names, and then you write down on here as well some characteristics about them. On here it says, obviously where they live, their occupation, kids' ages, their sort of influences, what you like and respect about them. We talked about in the training to really focus on that person's gifts and strengths. So their gifts and strengths. And of course, when you share your story with them, you're going to, knowing their gifts and strengths, knowing a little bit about them, knowing a little bit about where they're kind of at in their life, you share your story with them as it pertains to them and how it could help and serve them. And I love this. I wrote this down as kind of like a key thought process in what you're writing, and then it will translate into when you're sharing with them as well. But why would you feel most honored to partner with them, right? So really getting to like the heart of the matter, think about what you like about them, what you love about them, what you really admire about them, what you respect most about them, and write those things down. Write those characteristics down, write those qualities down. If there's a particular example of something that they've done and it really sticks out in your mind, write that down. Write that, I know it's not a ton of space, but write it down. Because then when you go to have the conversation with them, again, before you have the conversation, just read off of, right? So these things are fresh in your mind. So you remember why you love them so much. But we use the language, which we always say, I thought of you because, right? I thought of you because. But what Cynthia had shared, and I wrote this down, I will definitely be using this because it will come from an authentic space when you've written down these characteristics and qualities that you truly do admire about them. But, you know, blah, 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 because of that, I would be honored to partner with you. I just think that's so genuine and heartfelt when we really are taking the time to share with them, again, what we love about them, what we admire, all that, all that sort of stuff. And of course, you're going to be authentic in your sharing, but people connect with how you make them feel. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but if someone listed some things that they really admired about me and then said they would be honored to partner with me, that would probably make me feel really good. And I probably wouldn't remember what else they said, but I would feel really good. And I'd be like, wow, they make me feel really good. Like, maybe I do want to listen to more. Maybe I do want to, hear what they have to say. So again, it's less about, and again, for anybody new, newer in the team and in the business, it's less about knowing all the details and forget about numbers and forget about what you need. And this, it's right. That all comes, but it's connecting to them on that heart level as to why you want to partner with them. And going back to that, to our power of three, right? Our power of three worksheet that we're all working off of. You can follow it up with, the language that Melissa has shared before too is, this month I'm looking to partner with 3 people, right? I'm looking to partner with 3 people in my business, and I would be honored to have you as one of them. I love everything I've seen you do, in your community. I love the way you, blah, 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 whatever it is that you love, respect, admire, again, right? Think of those qualities and be authentic. So is this resonating with you guys? Is it making sense? I know everybody's muted, but you can give me a thumbs up, or if you have any questions, unmute yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So if that all makes sense, then again, I'm going to invite everybody, if you haven't yet, to print the document out, right? And I know we're totally in the middle of the month, but you can certainly still go ahead and utilize it, and we start getting ourselves into the habit of working off of this and really thinking about the people that we want to do this business with. Who do we want to partner with on this journey? Not because they need it or maybe they want it, whatever, but really, who do we want to partner in this experience? And think about what you love about this experience and about being a part of this team and this business and this community. Those are the things that you can offer and share with people. And then of course, there's a box here as well for your next steps. So you're going to open it up and have the conversation with them and connect with them. And then we're always going to ask, listen, are you open to something? Are you open to, getting on a call with one of my mentors in the business and learning a little bit more about what this would look like? Are you open to just watching a video to learn a little bit more and see if this is a fit for you? Are you open to something? Are you open to coming to this event that we're having and you can learn a little bit more about, a little bit more and meet some of the people in the community that, that I love so much, right? So are you open? And then take them to a next step. Okay, and if you're unsure about what that next step should be or who that person is, then just work with your sponsor, one of us as your upline leaders, to help make it specific to those people. Sound good so far? We're all awesome. Thank you. Okay, so the other piece that we really wanted to share coming off of the Success Summit, and this really ties in with, as a team, again, as we're all growing, we're all bringing up on partners. And I just want to highlight too that so many of you are bringing on lots of partners. I gotta keep using the new language, lots of partners in the last coming months. And it's really awesome. We can feel the new wave coming. We feel the excitement. Like that momentum is going to just help carry us all up and over to where we want to go. And it's that excitement that, just keeps building the momentum. And it's really just honestly what makes it so much fun. But it's important to know, once you start bringing on all of these partners and growing your own teams, some language that can be helpful in starting people up, right? And knowing now you've got a team that's growing, like, where do I put my time? What do I do? Like, who do I give my time to? I've got all these team members. What do I do? Right. And so another trainer from the Success Summit was Cheryl Cortese, who is also legendary in our business, right? Again, like 30 something years in the business and just an absolute gem of a woman, did a very extensive training. And we're just going to touch on one chunk of it, which was what she tells her new team members on how to identify who will be a leader on her team. So this is what she does to identify who's going to be a leader on her team. And she shares this with all her new team members. And it's what she looks for, so she knows where to put her time in. So I would like for Chrisanne, one of my leaders, to share with you guys on some of these little nuggets on what she tells her new team members, on what she looks for when, she can kind of spot a leader coming in. So take it away, Cha-Cha.
No, I changed. It's changed now. I figured out how to change it. Yeah, so Cheryl was awesome listening to her. And it's so funny how like this day and age is too, that they had her zoomed in and we literally watched her. So I forget, where was she? Was she in California?
Yeah.
Where was she? She was.
She was in California.
In California. And it was like unbelievable how, she's sitting there and we're all watching her, and she really did an extensive training. It was a long time that she was talking, and we got so much out of her. She was great. So, like Danielle said, we're all looking to be leaders. We're looking to raise new leaders. And then with our leaders, we want to help each other then get more leaders and raise those leaders. So we're all, building upon each other. And she talked a lot. I took some notes, and she talked a lot about, and like Danielle said, we get to choose who we want to work with. We're really fortunate with that. So, you have to start to think about, who do I want to work with, and what are these traits that I need to look for in that person? And where to spend your time to identify a leader. So a few of the things that she mentioned was, someone who asks a lot of questions. And, at first they can be skeptical about the business. That's okay. But just asks a lot of questions about the business part of it, not so much the products, but about the business. And that shows that they have some sort of interest, and, that's maybe where they're leading towards to be a leader. And it shows like a trait that a leader should have. And someone who asks questions, but not the same questions over and over again. So not repeating the same thing. They kind of absorb what you've said, and then they'll ask another question regarding the business. She said you want to find someone who really wants to talk to everyone about the business, like wants you to talk to people, connecting you on three-way calls, going to events, wanting you to meet people with them to build team, and is interested in the community to build a team for themselves. Yeah, I just said go to events, always getting on calls, and wants to be someone who is organized and wants to put a team together too. So has interest in saying, oh, maybe this person would be good to be on my team. So they're already thinking ahead that, this is something that they may want to do. So these are the traits that you want to look for in a leader, because that's what shows that this person wants to be a leader. They also like to be in front of the room, telling stories, showing leadership, leading in that way. Again, I wrote down organized and not afraid, and they're not afraid to step up, which shows part of leadership, that you're putting yourself out there. They look, I don't know what I wrote here. Oh, they rise as a leader. Yeah. Like I wrote so much about what she kept saying and over again, but just, wanting to step up and be like right out in front. And that shows that there's a leader, and they're going to want to build team to follow them. So what we all show our team is what our team's going to do. So we want to, be that kind of person that we want, those type of people. So, not spending time on others that may not be very interested in this. Like, you want to look for those, like Danielle said, that, that are on this form, that are, do certain things, or very involved in causes, or positive people, and just, will show leadership qualities. And that's who will then move us forward, and we can help them move forward. And it's
Right.
all a team effort. So
Right.
it was just great. And then, like Danielle said, she had so many nuggets in her entire talk that there's so many other things that we can share, and hopefully we'll be able to do that moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great stuff, but I love that, because that's how she knows how to kind of identify her time and where to put her energy and focus in, is when she sees a new team member step in and follow those character traits. And then she's open about sharing that, which psychologically too, right? It's like, I'm going to tell you where I put my time, and I put my time into those that are showing these character traits of leaders, and this is what leaders do. And then if you're, new to the business, or you're new in the team, well, what does that make you think? Like, most people are like, well, I want to be a leader. I want to do that too. I want to work with them. I want to get that attention, right? So, like, there's a little psychology behind it as well, but it is true, it's true. And I can say for myself, like, even, working with so many different personalities in the team, there is a difference between somebody who really does want to move themselves forward and somebody who just wants to, like, have a hobby. And there's nothing wrong with either way, because there is a home for you here, regardless of what you want to do, right? Like Wendy Campbell always says, I'm going to love you whether you do a little bit or you do a lot. It really, it really doesn't matter. But when you're looking to grow and to build, there are certain traits that you want to look for, so that you can really grow your business and grow your team and bring on lots of partners. And that's kind of the space that a lot of us are in now, that we've all voiced that we're looking to do. So I thought this training, when we heard this, it was very timely. Chrisanne, actually, we were going to train on something different tonight. And when we were sitting in the middle of this summit and I was taking these notes, I thought this would really be, I think, beneficial to bring back to the team as something that we can sort of incorporate and start doing as well, and create that habit. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, just go ahead and unmute yourself. And Jessica, I'll unmute your phone here too. If you have any questions, feel free. We have a couple of minutes before we hit the 9:30, 6:30 hour, whatever. And if you don't,
I have a quick question. This is Jessica. Hey.
Yes, go ahead, Jessica.
Do you find that most of the people that you've accumulated on your team are people that started out as customers, or are they people that started out wanting to do this as a business?
Personally, on my team, it's a complete mix. So there are some customers that were having a great experience and wanted to share with others. And then there's a whole lot of people that, like myself, because I started with the business and the products on the same time, that started up the same way I did. So typically, however you start up is how you tend to start people up, right?
And as you add a new customer, at what point do you start talking about the business end of it to them? Do you start talking about the business part of it to them, like, right away? Like, hey, you can get a kickback from your own product if you want to do this. Like, when do you bring that up?
Yeah, it's always beneficial for people to know about the opportunity, both the products and the business opportunity, right from the start, right? And see if they're open to learning a little bit more about either. It's completely their choice of whether or not they want to learn more or they don't, or if they want to take a step or they don't. But it's our responsibility to at least make sure that they're aware that there even is an opportunity available to them, right? So, unless for some reason it's someone you just would never, ever, 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 ever want to work with, and even sometimes then there's still a workaround. It's our responsibility really to make sure that they're aware that there's an opportunity available. It's up to them whether or not they want to learn more, right? So that's where that language comes in. Like, are you open to learning a little bit more about this? Are you open? If I sent you a video, would you watch it? And we can help walk you through a lot of that, Jessica, because I know that you're just stepping into this brand new.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just thinking, Danielle, when you shared with me you did mention the business, but it wasn't like on my radar at all. I was just a customer. But what happened was I loved everything so much that I was sharing it with people just, every day. And I started having people that were interested in it, where Danielle was, and I would say to Danielle, oh, I have somebody who wants to order. And finally, Danielle just said, Prasanne, you already have customers. Why don't you just do the business? And I, was open-minded enough to say, you know what, that is right. Even if I was doing it as a little side thing. So it doesn't matter if people have, one job, two job, three job, whatever it is. I mean, I had two jobs and still did this. And it doesn't have to be like crazy on, you're working this, but it sometimes comes naturally for our customers too, that they're all of a sudden they realize, oh my goodness, I want to share this with people. And bringing the business up in the beginning, that at least that you planted that seed, that it's in their head, that it will probably eventually come up anyway.
Right. At least this way they'd know there's an opportunity. Like I said, I was someone who's jumped into the products and the business on the same day. Jen Bernstein, who's on the line too, was someone who jumped into the business and the products, right? I shared both. So they're both, right? They're both direct to me. I shared the product and the business with both of them. One said yes to everything all at once. One became a customer first and then became a distributor. So it really depends on that person and what they need and want in their life. But, right, if I had not shared the business opportunity with either one of them, neither one of them might be sitting on this call with us right now, right? And they are, though, because I shared, and thank goodness, because they've been able to expand their businesses and bless so many people through this business and through our products. So it really is, it's our responsibility to at least let people know there's an opportunity, right? Makes sense? That was a great question, though. It really was. Does anyone else have any other questions about this or the team or the sheet or any of the above? Just unmute yourself. And if not, that's okay too. Because we'll have more nuggets coming to you, Danielle and Cha-Cha.
Can you just clarify what to write in the next steps box again, like how you're filling that in?
Yeah, so your next steps are going to be what it is that you're doing to reach out to them. Are you, have you not reached out to them yet at all? Are you going to set up a coffee date, a phone call, send them a video, send them a text message, and kind of you can keep track of what it is that you're doing. So again, okay, I've met them for coffee and they're open to more. Now my next step is going to be a three-way call or a three-way Zoom. Or my next step is going to be, they just want to watch a video. So just keep track of what the next exposure, like that next step, that next exposure is going to be for them. Right? Okay, makes sense? Great question. Okay. Anyone else before we sign off for the evening? We're all good? Okay, awesome. Well, thank you all for being on with us tonight. Thank you, Cha-Cha, Prasanne, for sharing with me. That will be your new name now. And so again, you can find this document on missiondriven.info under build and then design your team. So you can print it out and start forming a habit of filling it out and setting that intention to identify 5 people. And if you're stuck with the names and the who's, start thinking of characteristics. Think of characteristics. What are the qualities? What's the type of person that I want to do business with? And write those out. And I guarantee you will start to see those people show up in your life.
Right. Like those traits, like if you write those traits down that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And I think too, when you write things down on paper and you glance at it, sometimes that stuff comes true. Like you really make it happen by that intention, but even having it written and you're reading that and you're seeing that, it makes a big difference.
It absolutely does. Yeah. Great point. All right, ladies. Well, thank you all for being on and have an amazing evening, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Night.
Love you guys.
Night.